You can go to Netflix right now and you can watch Wet Hot American Summer, which is considered a classic. But what you might find a little bit more difficult to track down is in my opinion, far better movie that came out from, I believe it's David Wayne as the director. Um, that came out actually not that long ago. I believe it was 2014. They Came Together, starring Paul Rudd and Amy Poehler. And you see here, this is one of my custom cases. This actually comes with another David Wayne movie, The Ten. Uh, Also stars Paul Rudd. A lot of the same cast appears in all three movies. Wet Hot American Summer is a very good movie, and I do enjoy it a lot. But They Came Together, to me, I don't know how this movie is not a true must see classic for especially people who love comedy. In an age of horrible spoof movies, terrible spoof movies that we've gotten in the last, 15 years at least. I don't even. The last maybe somewhat decent spoof movie. Maybe the first Scary Movie? And even that doesn't really hold up. They Came Together as a spoof of romantic comedies and pulls out all of the tropes from the romantic comedies and makes fun of them. A lot of the post When Harry Met Sally comedies. And and just skewers them in a way that is hilarious and ridiculous and um, you know it's one of those movies where it's just joke 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 joke, but it doesn't wear you out. And it's sort of really silly jokes, really, I mean, Paul Rudd and Amy Poehler, they go through the like, they like each other, they don't like each other, they hate each other, they're in love with each other, uh, and they run into each other at a bookstore, and uh, they're arguing, and he says, I'm here to get a book for my grandmother, and she's like, oh, my grandmother just died. Let me help you find a book for your grandmother. What kind of book are you looking for? And he goes, I'm looking for a fiction book. She goes, you like fiction? And he's, I love fiction. And they're going on and on about it as if no one else likes fiction books. As if it's like the most, I've never met anybody who likes fiction before. And it's one of those movies where you just have to go with how dumb it's going to be. There's a whole bit that goes on and on and on and on, where Paul Rudd is sitting at a bar and the bartender comes up to him and says, "Looks like you've had a rough day," and Paul Rudd says, "Tell me about it." And the guy says, "Well, you came in here and you sat down and you haven't said anything and you had a bunch of drinks and so I came up to you then and I said, looks like you've had a rough day." And Paul Rudd says, "You can say that again." And he says, "Looks like you've had a rough day." And Paul Rudd says, "Tell me about it." it just goes on and on and on and on and on until somebody finally says, "Enough, stop," because the movie actually has the guts to make it annoying. Because you're laughing at it, and you're laughing at it, and you're laughing a little less, and you're laughing a little less, and you're starting to get pissed off. You're starting to get annoyed, and the movie has the courage to allow that to happen. To say, you know what? This is the joke we're playing on the audience right now. And uh, the plot doesn't matter. I mean, again, it is this sort of standard romantic comedy plot. Amy Poehler is the sort of kooky, uh, manic pixie dream girl who owns a little candy shop, and Paul Rudd is the, executive who works for like the Candy Incorporated place, and they're gonna put her out of business. And um, it's a movie that just I smile the entire way through it and just laugh. It doesn't matter what the plot is. Half of the time, things are contradicting each other. They don't make any sense. It doesn't matter. Nobody thought the plot through. Nobody really said, I mean, to me, that harkens back to something like Airplane, where, because, I mean, here's the problem with a lot of those movies from the last 15 years, the spoof movies, the Not Another Whatever, or 50 Shades of Black or something like that, where it's just, they think that the reference is the joke. They think that, well, oh, look, people are going to, there's Iron Man. And Iron Man, shows up. And so people will laugh. That's not a joke. That's a reference. Airplane didn't have, it had the bare bones of a plot. But it wasn't concerned with twists and, we've got to keep the audience on their toes and we've really got to whatever. It was all about joke, 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 and having this plot that you could hang it on. That's what they came together as. It's just a thin excuse to do 90 minutes of ridiculous humor that, and not every joke lands, but if 8 out of 10 of them do, I say you've got an A comedy on your hand. I mean, there's no comedy where every joke makes everybody laugh. This movie made me laugh. Again, I'd say 8 out of 10 jokes make me actually laugh out loud. So, and it's not. Again, it's a harder movie to find. So is The 10, by the way, which I would think would be even harder because it's a little bit older. And I'll definitely be talking about that movie at some point. But they came together. This is absolutely 3 out of 5 stars. It's not going to change your life, but it's going to, I think, make you smile and give you a good time at the movies. This is the kind of movie, get your friends together and watch it. They came together. Go find it.